podcast is part of the Sports Social Podcast Network.
Are we live? We're live. We haven't done one of these for ages, people. I don't know how long it's been, but what perfect timing, right? It's crazy. Like, who would have known about this Ben Whittaker stuff? I heard rumors, but I didn't know. And you know what crazy? You know what's really crazy? I messaged Ben about 3 p.m. today saying, look, let's meet up, let's do an interview, let's whatever. And he didn't even tell me then. So this is just crazy news. I say it's crazy. It's not that crazy. With obviously Ben Shalom going to BBC, it kind of opened doors for all of his talent to look elsewhere. And it looks like Ben's decided that his home now lies with Matchroom. Do me a favor, please. Let me know that the sound is working. Just someone leave a comment saying, yeah, we're all good with the sound, because as I say, it's been a while since I've even done this setup. We are going to get back to doing these on a regular. And I mean, like, definitely once a week. Ideally, we do them on a Sunday. But if we have to do them on a Monday because of traveling, we do them on a Monday. But it's good to be back, people. We haven't done one of these, as I say, for months. We haven't done a live like this for months. We used to do lives all the time. We used to do live watch-alongs of all the fights all the time. But we're at the fights now, which is a good thing. Not complaining. It's a good thing. Shout out to Boxraw. He sent me loads of stuff. Sent me loads of T-shirts, hoodies, tracksuits, the lot. Big thank you to them for sending your boy some stuff. You know, I was thinking about this Ben Whittaker to Matchroom thing, and immediately the first thought came to mind is, okay, who does he fight? Because there isn't this, okay, you've now signed with someone new, let's have a warm-up fight. No. You need to go straight in. We saw him against Liam Cameron, so you have to go higher than that. And there's kind of no excuse not to go higher than that in the UK, because there are so many light heavyweights in the UK, like so many as well aligned to Matchroom. I mean, Craig Richards is still aligned to Matchroom. That is a fight that could make sense. I know Dan Aziz isn't with Matchroom, but I don't know his boxer situation. Dan Aziz just fought in Nigeria. Again, these might not be like glamour names, but they're names that we all know. And I think we can agree these are fighters that would give Ben a good fight. Willie Hutchinson just fought in Scotland. He looked good. So there are so many light heavyweights that you can fight. Callum Simpson spoken about going up. So Matchroom, yes, we've signed Ben Whittaker. Yes, they've signed Ben Whittaker, but they do need to go big in terms of who he fights next. I'm very happy for Ben. I like Ben a lot. I think Ben has superstar qualities. It's not just what you do in the ring, it's how you kind of look after yourself outside the ring as well. And I almost feel like he's just waiting to go. He's waiting to explode. So good luck to Ben Whittaker. Good luck to what they're doing. Yeah, sound is good. Thank you very much. All right, get your questions in. We're going to try and go for about an hour and a half. Why not, right? I was going to go for an hour anyway, and then this big news broke. So I feel like there's going to be a lot of questions about Ben Whittaker in the next hour and a half, which is a good thing. Very quickly, about Ariel and Ade. A few of you are still asking me about Ariel and Ade. Ade, what's going on? Is it coming back? I don't know if it's coming back. Like most things, but we had a year run, and then it's not happening. And look, for whatever reason, DAZN were like, okay, it's not happening. I don't know why. I'm sure there are 100 different reasons as to why not. I'm very disappointed because, you know, I love talking boxing and just talking in general with Ariel. I think he's very, very good. I think he's one of the best, if not the best. So it's disappointing. But I guess the show goes on, right? So I'm going to have to figure out something, because I like that slot time. I'm trying to think, could I do it myself? Could I go live for an hour and a half? I don't know, and invite guests. Could I do something similar? I'm not quite sure, but look, we'll see what happens in the near future. All right, let's get to the questions, because no doubt there are a lot of questions. And as you guys know, I try to answer as many as humanly possible. Let's start with this one. Simon Jones said, Ade, you've been around AJ. Do him and Fury genuinely dislike each other, or is it all for show? Could it go off between them at a club, etc.? It's not for show. but I don't think there's a genuine dislike. There's a rivalry dislike. That's what it is. Two heavyweights that think they're better than the other. Two heavyweights that have achieved a lot. Two of British boxing's biggest stars. I'd actually say they are the biggest stars ever from British boxing. We've had some big ones. Lennox Lewis was big. Calzaghe was big. Ricky Hatton, rest in peace, big. Ben Eubank. But I think these two are the biggest. So I think it's just that kind of rivalry. Like, okay, who is the top dog? Who is number one? And for years, it was AJ, like for years. Then Fury just came like that and maybe eclipsed him. And then AJ's kind of fought back. So I think that's what it is. It's just a rivalry. There's certainly not a genuine dislike. It's a rivalry dislike. Lucas says, hi, Ade. I'm a big F1 fan and a fan of Lewis Hamilton. Are you a fan of Lewis Hamilton and appreciate how much he has achieved in his career, breaking boundaries and being first black driver to succeed? Yeah, look, it always get my respect for that. I'm not really into F1 at the moment. I'm not going to pretend I am. Obviously, I know Lewis Hamilton's story. I know what he's achieved. You know what it is with F1 nowadays? I just think it's more car than driver. Could be wrong. Again, not an F1 fan, so don't shoot me down. Whereas where I used to watch it, it felt like it was always car, but it felt like driver meant a lot as well. Whereas nowadays, I feel like as long as you're in the right car, you got a chance. So yeah, that's why I don't really watch it that much. Ian Hamilton says, hi, Ade. For Eubank versus Ben 2, I thought that if you do the original idea, you could have the original 5, myself included. I'd love to do press conference days. I hope you get me in front of Eddie. What would you say if I got you in front of Eddie? I might do that. So basically what he's referring to is Eubank Ben, the number 1, the one I didn't do. I was obviously assuming I was going to do it because I do most of the events over here. And I was going to take 5 of my members to join me on fight week. So grand arrivals, workout, press conference, weigh-in, and fight night. And obviously because I wasn't there, I wasn't able to do it. I probably will do that. I just need to make sure that I'm doing it, but it's a great idea. And rather than sort of say, okay, it's out there to anyone, it will be the 5 that I chose last time. I think that's fair. So we'll probably get that done. What's this one? I do love me some chicken and waffles. Eden Ade, massive shout out to you for all the work. Thank you very, very, very much. Hey, Ade, long time viewer. Love the podcast with G-Man. Come on, don't lie. You knew Eddie was about to sign Ben Whittaker. What a move. I didn't. I swear, I'm not even joking. I didn't. You know what it is? I thought he could, but then Ben Shalom put out a post. It must have been just a week ago, or maybe 2 weeks ago, saying, okay, Ben Whittaker's back in November. You guys would have seen that. I'm not making it up. So when I saw that post, I was like, okay, well, Ben's obviously re-signed with Ben Shalom. And you know what even made me reinforce that opinion? It was when Ben Shalom announced that he's partnered with Riyadh season, that photo with Turkey. So I thought, okay, maybe the BBC can't pay Ben Whittaker, but now he's got the backing of Riyadh season. He's obviously got enough money to pay Ben. So I just assumed Ben was staying. So this is a bit of a surprise for me as well. Matchroom have gone full on with the announcement. This is very big for them. You think of British boxing stars that kind of transcend and go over to the casuals. There aren't that many. Honestly, there aren't that many. In fact, I'd say there's a handful. There's a handful of fighters, obviously not including Fury and AJ, that your average Joe will know on the street. And I think Ben has the opportunity, along with Moses Atama, he's one. Some people say Adam Azim, I'm not sure. Hamza Shiraz. There aren't that many. Honestly, I'm sort of thinking, who is there now? And so when you find one like Ben, you've got to grab it with both hands, and that's clearly what Eddie's decided to do. Christine Couchy, is that right? Says, if Dave Allen wins on Saturday, what next? Let's get him the win first. A lot of people are already talking about what next. Arslanbek Makhmudov is a big step up from Johnny Fisher. A big step up. Like, I don't think Makhmudov is amazing, but it's still another jump up to that top 15, top 20 maybe, whereas Johnny wasn't that. Johnny was probably got top 30, top 40. So Look, if he does win, then there are a number of options. There's so many options for him. Someone on my video today, I think on the Q&A, said AJ. I'm like, AJ's not fighting Dave Allen. I don't know why people think that would happen. There was a lot of talk prior to Joseph Parker versus Wardley that Joseph Parker was going to fight Dave Allen. Eddie said Deontay Wilder. I mean, all of a sudden, especially because Dave Allen sold, I'm hearing 9,000 tickets. All of a sudden, he's a bit of a draw. He's a bit of a draw. Like, if you can sell 9,000 tickets, you're a draw. So, I mean, I guess he can pick anyone, and he will. He'll say a name. If he gets past Makhmudov, he'll say a name, and it's just up to Eddie to see if he can deliver that name. Edmund Ironside says Ben Whittaker signs with Eddie. Wow, yeah, it's kind of a big deal, isn't it? It's kind of a big deal. I think it is anyway. I think it's a bit of a big deal on both sides, because it's a bit of a blow to Ben Shalom. Like, let's not sort of mix the words. Like, when you think of who's Ben got, like, what's the biggest star he's got? So Adam Azim is still there. Fraser Clark, Caroline Dubois. Who else he got that's really big? Callum Simpson is a big ticket seller. I don't know if he's a big sort of in terms of viewership, but he's a big ticket seller. Vidal Riley is just announced, or he announced a while back, that he's a free agent after that really good win against Chev Clark. And now Ben Whittaker. That's two big ones to lose. And I wonder where Vidal's going to go. It's clearly going to go to Matchroom or Queensbury. So it's a big blow for Ben, and it's a big plus for Eddie, no doubt about it. 2 secs, people. Super chat has just come in. Let me just quickly see if I can get it up so I can read it. This one, appreciate the super chat, my man, says Hashim Afzal says, will Zuffa boxing work? Who knows? Honestly, dude, who knows? I'm not sure if it will work. I think it will work up to a point, because their big thing is about prospects, right? That's the big thing. Like, they've got the Zuffa belt, the ring belt. Is it the Zuffa belt? I think. So their big thing is about, we're going to sort of work with prospects. So it'll work up to a point where they sign Olympians and, you know, offer them good money. But what about when those Olympians get to a stage where they want to win world titles? Because I think Dana White's come out and said he's not recognizing the sanctioning body. So he's not recognizing WBC, WBA, IBF, WBO. Surely those prospects are going to turn into world contenders and want to win those belts. And I think that's where the problem lies. So I think it will work only when those guys are at prospect level. When they get to like world level, then I think there might be a bit of a hiccup. Appreciate the super chat, my man. Thank you very much. All right, where are we? Loads of questions are coming in, and we are going to try and do all of them. This one again, Christine says, we are your Malta #1 supporters. Wow. I was actually going to go Malta. I was going to go Malta to play some poker. I'm doing some stuff with Poker Stars at the moment, and we're going to go Malta, but we're not doing that. We're going to do it in Manchester now. Yeah, would have been my first time. I'm looking forward to going. Caesar Mullin says, yes, Ade, been a while. Any chance of a live show nearer the Midlands? Yeah, that's the plan. So the Green Chair Live, which I smile about because I was so nervous to do it. And it was just probably one of the best days of my life. Honestly, I loved every second of it. I loved staying behind for nearly 3 hours and talking to everyone, having a few drinks. So it was such a success that we are definitely going to do another two. And we're going to sort of go to certain areas. So yeah, the Midlands is most certainly going to happen. If we can find a nice venue that holds around 300 to 400, we're in. We are in. Railway and boxing. Hi, Ade. I'm not sure if you remember me or not, but I met you at Box Park for the Usyk versus Dubois public workout. It was an honor meeting you back in July. I want to say yes, but obviously I meet so many people at these events. And I do try and stop and say hello to everyone, but so many, honestly. And like, I find it wonderful, but there are so many. So my apologies for saying I don't remember, but it would have been great to meet you, I'm sure. Second question. With Ariel and Ade not being renewed, interesting. Have you considered doing a weekly thing of your own accord where you do a weekly roundup and maybe involve a few relevant names? I miss that show. I miss it. Trust me, I miss it as well. And yes, I will be doing my own thing. It's something I'm working on now. I say I'm working, I just write it down, and then it's up here, and then it just happens. So yeah, hopefully I can get that going very, very soon. Like, is in like the next few weeks. It shouldn't be very difficult. It's basically this, isn't it? It's basically this, and then maybe I have a few special guests that come on the Zoom or the StreamYard, and we just talk. I would like it to look a bit better than this. I'd love it to be in a fancy studio, a bit like Ariel's studio. But I mean, I'm always a fan of let's walk before we run, let's crawl before we walk. So yeah, we might do something in the next few weeks. I don't know what to call it, the Ade show. I'm not quite sure, but yeah, I'm definitely going to do something. Hopefully, you guys can watch and support. Another one about Ariel. Screwdriver says, let's go, Ade. I still think you and Ariel should get back to doing Ariel and Ade boxing. Man, I miss it. Yeah, it is a shame, innit? It was good. We had a good run, though. We had a good run. It was a whole year. A whole year. I didn't realize it had been going for that long. A whole year. We had some great guests on. But yeah, these things happen. I've been a boxing fan for about 7 to 8 years, and I'm so surprised we never got Joshua versus Fury. You're surprised. Dude, you're surprised. I don't care if it's a title fight or not. I just want to see it. Yeah, it won't be a title fight. It's weird. It's gone really silent. There was a time when I actually had hope that we would get it. I was like, okay, it's going to happen. That's going to happen. AJ's calling that Fury. Fury says he's back. Now it's gone really silent. But silence sometimes is a good thing. Silence sometimes means something's going on behind the scenes. Sometimes. All of a sudden, Fury has stopped calling out Usyk and AJ has stopped calling out Fury, which to me means that there's a lot of conversations. When a fight's worth $250 million, and that's how big this fight is for me in terms of what fighters are going to get paid, pay-per-view, gate receipts. There's a lot of important people having a lot of important conversations about that fight. Trust me, it's not just going away. So stay in belief that it's going to happen, dude, because I think it's going to happen. All right. What's this one? Dylan Goodridge, differences between working Warren and Hearn shows. Ooh, controversial question. Differences between working them. I would say at the start, I was a bit nervous about doing the Frank Warren shows because Frank Warren, innit? I mean, I've always been on the Matchroom side doing the Matchroom shows, never done a Frank Warren show. I'm telling you now, they just let you do the show. It's quite weird. They almost say, okay, we'll just have Queensbury on it, but DAZN, you deal with it. So they give you a lot of free reign to kind of do what you want to do. Matchroom do their own shows. I mean, so Matchroom do it. Does that make any sense? So DAZN do Queensbury shows, Matchroom do their shows. So it's a bit different. But look, I enjoy both. Both on TV, you guys probably don't notice anything. It probably looks the same. But I enjoy doing both of them. Obviously, it's a different... The lineup's pretty similar. Tony Bellew obviously works the Matchroom shows. Carl Frampton does the Queensbury shows. Jamie Ward does the Matchroom shows. And Dev Sani does the Queensbury shows. Apart from that, everyone else is the same. So Darren Barker, Barry Jones, Adam Smith, and myself. So we're the four that are always the same, and the rest are kind of rotating cast. But look, I love both, and I'm lucky to be doing it. Not lucky to be doing it because I've put a lot of hard work into it. Sometimes I feel lucky being ringside at these boxing events because it's the best seat in the house, and you're there and you're thinking this is incredible. It really is. Dylan Goodridge, it says, how boxer keeps fighters Dubois, Azeem, Billam Smith not fought often. Did you see Warren's interview where he sounded positive about Fury comeback? I haven't. I've given up on worrying about what Fury does. Like, just I don't even make movies. I don't even make videos on it anymore. Remember before I was like, Fury's gonna come back. What's Fury doing? But I don't even care. I just wait for it to happen now because you kind of get tired speaking about it. Like, I like Fury as much as the next man, but you kind of get tired of a fighter announcing he's retired, he's coming back. He's retired, he's coming back. He's retired. It gets a bit boring. Like, if he's going to retire, then fine, stay retired because you've achieved so much. You've given us so much. If you're going to come back, just say you're fighting again. Just say you're fighting. God. Big super chat here. Appreciate it from Lone Wolf Boxing. This has been great watching your journey, Ade. Thank you so much, dude. Really cool to see. What did you think of Collins versus Lorente? Thought Collins won 8-4, but I'm biased. I think you might be a bit biased. Who would you like Willie Hutchinson to fight next? I thought Collins nicked it 7-5. And you know, that's fresh in my mind because I watched that fight about 3 hours ago. So I thought Collins nicked it 7-5. But maybe I'm being biased as well because I like Nathaniel Collins as well. I think where he's come from, his journey, I think people need to kind of do a bit of research about his journey. This guy was in hospital fighting for his life a few years back, for his life. And now he's the new king of Scotland. It's a shame because that fight would have put him in position to fight for a world title. So now he has to maybe have a couple more. As for Willie Hutchinson, Ben Whittaker. Ben Whittaker, the perfect matchup. It's the perfect matchup. We've seen Willie versus Craig. He beat Craig. We've seen Willie versus Joshua Boatsi. He gave Joshua a good fight. So we know where Willie is. So we know Craig's European level, fair. Joshua's world level. So Willie's in the middle. So we know where he is. We don't quite know where Ben is yet. We'll find out if he fights Willie Hutchinson. So yeah, give me that fight. Appreciate the super chat, my man. Thank you very, very much. All right, where are we? See, look, this one's even come in, saying exactly the same thing. Willie Hutchinson versus Ben Whittaker. Who wins that one, Ade? I'm gonna be biased. I'm telling you, at least I'm telling you. I'm going my boy Ben. I'm going my boy Ben. I think Ben, with Andy Lee now as well. Obviously, that was the difference between the first Cameron fight and the second Liam Cameron fight. Andy Lee in the corner. That was his first camp with Andy Lee as well. Imagine how good Ben's going to be with 3 or 4 camps of Andy Lee. I think he's going to be really good. And he almost felt like he unleashed something with that Liam Cameron win. He got a lot of stick from the first fight. Some deserved, some not. So I think that Ben will beat Willie, but he's going to have to like dig deep because Willie's a bit of a problem, you know. Harold Oldsmith, Simf or Smith? Yes, Ade, never caught a live before. Love the channel. Love Ade and G-Man. Love Ade and G-Man 2. Sorry, my go-to watch. Ben Shalom must be thinking, what do I do with Whittaker gone? Yeah, it's a big blow. It's a big blow. It really is. Again, I was listing off the names he has. Obviously, look, he's got this British heavyweight title fight coming up. To schedule that, by the way, on the same day as Wardley versus Parker's a bit silly. He's got Caroline Dubois. Adam Azim might become sort of the big person for him. Lauren Price is still there. So there are names there. There are more than that, by the way. There's way more than that. But in terms of the big names, those are the big names. I think losing, not just Ben, but losing Vidal Riley is a big blow as well. I think Vidal Riley's performance against Chev Clark suggested that Vidal Riley's like the next to kind of go to a world level. So he's lost a couple of big ones. Ade is the GOAT. Yeah, debatable. I still think the GOAT is Hatman. I still think Hatman's that guy. He's the one that we all look up to. Rory Byrne says, Ade, love the channel. For the look back, could you watch AJ versus Vlad? The next one I'm doing is I'll do that one, by the way, 100%. Let me write that down right now, just so you know. I ain't playing. But the next one I'm doing in the next, I think next week actually, is Carl Froch, Lucien Boutte. Hey, good one, huh? But I'll do that one as well. I'll do your one as well. Yes, Ade, my man. What would you say are your top 5 music albums of all time? And if you stepped into the ring, what would be your ring walk music? The ring walk music would be DMX intro from It's Dark and Hell is Hot, which is without doubt one of my favorite albums of all time. Miseducation of Lauryn Hill is the greatest album of all time. Every single album Tupac done, so that's now taking you to 20. But no, Machiavelli and All Eyes on Me and Me Against the World. So literally everything Tupac. I'm Tupac obsessed. I can't lie to you. Sorry, that probably is like a boring answer, but I am Tupac obsessed. Liam Goff, otherwise known as G-Man. New name change. What do you guys make of the name change of Liam Goff? Salute to Ade every time. Yes, sir. We are doing the Ade and G-Man pod tomorrow as well. And I have a very special guest coming on my show, Casual Boxing. Remember I did one with Rory Jennings? I've got a very special guest coming on Thursday. You guys are going to love this. Trust me. I can't wait to put that out. Well, whilst you're all here, don't forget, sign up to the newsletter. Link is in the description. Sign up to the newsletter. Loads of information comes out in the newsletter. I think we do a fantastic job. And over 1,000 of you have signed up and are liking it. So it might be a good thing to do. Do you ever think we'll see KSI versus Jake Paul? Absolutely not. No chance. No chance. Like, come on, dude. Absolutely not. The man who bleaches says, "Evening, Ade. When is the next Screen Share live? It looks so amazing watching a video. You picked great guest as well, or great guest too. Hopefully, fingers crossed. What are we? October. I want to say by the end of the year, but that's touch and go in it. It's going to be hard. If not by the end of the year, definitely the start of the new year, January. I would love to get one in December, but there are so many boxing shows in December, like so many. So November's packed, December's packed. It's going to be quite difficult, right? But I would love to get one in, maybe even in the same venue in King's Cross in December, but we'll see. We'll see what we can do. We'll see what we can do. 2-6. Caesar Mullin says, "Respect, Ade. Is there anyone who you listen to on broadcast and are just in awe of their knowledge? Barry Jones, for me, is by far the most clued up." Barry's incredible. Like, Barry is incredible. And when I'm on air, so I've got these in all the time. Let me show you quickly. So I have these in. These are like ears. They're molded to me. So I listen to Barry. So even when I've done my bit and I throw to comms, I listen to Barry, Darren, and Adam Smith. And Barry's knowledge is frightening. But I think the whole team works so well together. Who else is very, very knowledgeable? Adam Smith's knowledge is incredible. Like, dude, remember, he's been there at all these big fights in America, wherever. He's been everywhere, ringside. And me and Adam were actually sitting down one day. I don't know, where were we? But we were talking. I think we might have been going up to Newcastle, maybe. And we were just talking about ringside with him and Johnny Nelson. He was giving me some stories about that as well. So, I mean, they're all very, very knowledgeable, but you are right to pick out Barry Jones. His knowledge is through the roof. All right. Where were we? Let me just see if I can get the questions in order so I don't miss up anyone. JD_05, big up to yourself, Ade, OG fan, as you know. Yeah, JD's been around for years. I always find it touching when someone that's been around for so long is still around. So it's very, very good. Deep Random Thinker says, "How devastating would it be if Usyk were to lose, being this close to retirement with a perfect record?" I'd hate it. This is why someone kind of accused me the other day of saying I always say that fighters should retire. Well, yeah, because number one, it's a dangerous sport. And number two, if you've achieved everything, then what are you hanging around for? Like, if you're Alexander Usyk and you're 38 and you've been undisputed at cruiserweight, double undisputed at heavyweight, you've now made hundreds of millions of pounds. What? I don't understand what you're waiting for. So, you know what I'd hate as well? I'd hate someone to beat Usyk that I know couldn't have laced these boots 2-3 years ago. Do you know what I mean? Like, youth is going to beat Usyk. Old age is going to defeat Usyk. So I'd rather see it not happen. So, yes, I know I always call for people to retire, but maybe it's because I see these guys straight after the fights and you see the damage they've taken and you're like, okay, enough. And for Usyk, it is most certainly enough for me. My thoughts. Reese Cooper, yes, Ade, hope you're well. I am well, brother. Thank you very much. It's just good to be back doing the lives. I do miss these lives. I do miss them. Everyone's saying the sound is good, which is nice. Thank you very much. A lot of you telling me sound is good. That's how far back. 2 secs. Trying to get questions up. 2 seconds. What's this one? Adam Azim made a mistake re-signing with Boxer. Well, we don't know how many offers were there for him. Maybe Matchroom didn't want him. Maybe Queensbury didn't want him. I know that sounds stupid because he's a hot ticket right now. He's a hot property, but maybe they looked at him for, okay, we can't offer you what Ben's offering you. Maybe Ben went big with him and said, okay, we're going to go all in on you. We're going to go all in on you. You're going to be the next this and that. So we don't know if, or maybe just the money was so good from Ben Shalom, you just can't turn it down. There's a lot that goes into it that we don't really know. Will Wardley get the credit he deserves when he knocks Parker out, or will people just say Parker's recent form wasn't? No. If Wardley sleeps Parker, then 100% he's going to get the credit. Wardley's getting the credit now. Wardley's getting credit for Justice Hooney. Wardley's getting credit for Fraser Clark. Wardley's getting credit for David Adelaide. Wardley gets credit. Wardley gets a lot of credit. But if he were to sleep Parker, who, in my eyes, is the second best heavyweight in the world right now, if you can't get credit beating the second, all right, let's just say third, because some people have Caballero as second. If you cannot get credit knocking out the third best heavyweight in the world, then I'm sorry, this sport's done. Like, he will get his credit, and no one's going to look back at Parker's recent performances and say, oh, yeah, but no. If you knock out Parker, you deserve so much credit, because people might be beating Parker in the history books. So AJ, who beat him, Dillian White, no one's sleeping him. No one. That guy's as tough as old boots. If Wardley does it, Jesus Christ. Bro, can we get Ariel Ade boxing again Tuesdays? Maybe not. I don't know. A lot of you, Ben Whittaker moved to Matchroom. Yes, he has. Okay, this is an interesting one. Khalil Coe versus Ben Whittaker. They're not going to do that. It's an in-house fight. Khalil Coe's still very dangerous. Obviously, look, he lost. Then he went to Mexico to fight the guy who beat him and won convincingly. You don't match Khalil Coe with Ben Whittaker. I think this is a good matchup. How about Dan Aziz? I like that. Is Dan Aziz above Liam Cameron? Yeah. He's a known name. Obviously, his recent run hasn't been great. The Louis Edmondson fight obviously wasn't great, but Aziz is Aziz. Oh, okay. I like this one. Lyndon Arthur and Ben have traded words. That's an easy fight to make. Lyndon Arthur is with the Sowlands, right? Channel 5. That's a fight that can happen. I don't mind that one at all. Ade, what's next for AJ and Tyson Fury? Who knows? I've stopped guessing. There's been a lot of rumors about AJ fighting in Africa. Those rumors aren't going away. Obviously, you guys know I've just come back from Nigeria. There's a lot of talk there. I mean, it would be just the dream of all dreams to see AJ fight in Nigeria. I don't know. I mean, you'd have to come up with a hell of a lot of money for AJ to fight in Nigeria, a hell of a lot of money. And would there be a return on that investment? I'm not quite sure. But I would love to see it personally. As for Tyson Fury, imagine AJ Tyson Fury in Nigeria. Okay, stop, Ade. Stop dreaming. As for Tyson Fury, I mean, look, it's more likely AJ fights next, right? I mean, I genuinely believe that Tyson Fury could be done. Like, I mean, he's always said that he's retired. Maybe it's retired. Maybe. I'm not sure. Is this true? That Zhalalov is fighting in an IBA pro bout today. Zhalalov's career is so weird. Like, this guy fights pro, then goes amateur, then fights pro, then goes amateur, wins an Olympic gold medal, I don't understand what he's doing. He could be the next guy, by the way. He's that good. Like, Zhalalov is that damn good. He could be the next guy. But I have no idea what his management team are doing. I don't know. Matchroom is the best place for him to be right now. They've got a decent stable. It's not necessarily the stable thing with Matchroom. It's more, they've got Eddie. Do you know what I mean? Like Eddie will tell you tomorrow that Ben Whittaker is now the best light heavyweight in the world. That's what Eddie will do. Eddie will scream from the rooftops about Ben Whittaker, maybe more so than Ben Shalom did. Maybe. That might come down to experience. That just maybe Eddie does what Eddie does. And it comes off the back of this Netflix show as well. So everyone's talking about Matchroom. Even non-boxing fans are talking about Matchroom. So Matchroom now is a good place to be. So it's more what Matchroom can do for Ben. And I think they can do a lot. I think they can do a lot. Super chat here says from Frozone De Niro, just showing support, big dog. Jesus Christ. Jesus. This is why I like. This is why I've got to do the Green Chair live tour again. Because the amount of people that came down that I saw that, and I'm guessing they're all here right now watching this. So we got to do it again. We got to do it again. What does Dylan say? Has Caroline Dubois been injured? Don't think so. I mean, I follow Caroline on social media and she just seems to be calling out Alicia Baumgardner every day. Go onto Twitter right now. I guarantee you in the last 3 or 4 tweets is Caroline Dubois saying something about Alicia Baumgardner. So I think she's ready to go. I hope so. I like Caroline. She's good. Yoms says, met you at your green chair evening, fella with a deep voice. Fella with a deep voice. Are you still with Undisputed? Wishing you all the best. All the best. We'll cross paths again. No longer with Undisputed. No longer with Undisputed, guys. So it was a 3-month deal which ended, I'm gonna say, a week ago. Obviously, look, I wanted it to get renewed. I thought we were doing a good thing of pushing Undisputed. But again, these things happen. I don't even get upset by these things anymore. So look, I'm not with Undisputed, but I love the owner, Ash. He's a good friend of mine, gave us an opportunity. At the time, the channel hadn't got to 100,000. So I always felt like maybe, not that we didn't deserve the opportunity, but maybe the channel wasn't big enough. That was always my thing. So he gave us an opportunity. And I thought we did well. We'll probably do something with them again in the future. But as it stands right now, the channel isn't sponsored by Undisputed anymore. So if anyone out there wants to sponsor the channel, it's your time, boy. It's your time. Dylan Goodrich, which boxers are you friends with off camera? When you say friends with, like what, can call them up? Quite a few, actually. Which is why it's always difficult to critique them. It's so difficult. So difficult. Because I'm saying stuff about them, but yet I'm cool with them. You know what I mean? It's a very difficult thing. But what can you do? It is what it is. I'd say, who is the boxer that I'm really close with at the moment? Probably David Adelaide, very close with David. Lawrence Okoli, very, very close with. Chisora, who is crazy, but just such a great guy. There's so many. Honestly, so many. Conor Ben, like so many. All right, where are we? James, is it Labros or Labros? Emmanuel Augustus, I think that's what he was trying to say, versus Pernell Whitaker. Whose defense do you think was better? Personally, disregarding their boxing records, Pernell Whitaker. Like Emmanuel Augustus, the drunken master, got hit. He got hit. So did Pernell, but Pernell's defense was just so much sharper, so much faster. Emmanuel's is more awkward to read, but Pernell's was just sharper, incredibly sharper. Like honestly, it's Pernell or Floyd for me for defensive fighter, like probably of all time. And it's probably Pernell. Ade, Arch Stanton. Ade, what is your favorite boxing movie? For me, it's a documentary, When We Were Kings. That's great, but let's be honest, dude. It's Rocky, whichever one you want to pick. Now, for me, it's either Rocky 1 or Rocky 4. Like, just for popcorn, trashy, fucking music, running through the snow, Rocky 4. I'm sorry. Rocky 4 had the greatest soundtrack we've ever heard from a boxing movie. It's fucking incredible. He's going to Russia. He's in the snow. They've given him no training equipment. He's lifting logs. He's doing fucking all sorts. Whereas you got Dolph Lundgren, who's getting injected with steroids, and Rocky somehow beats him. Rocky's 5'8". Dolph Lundgren is 6'6". Greatest boxing movie ever, bro. Ever. Ade, brother, you are an inspiration to all of us Nigerian Brits. Keep up the great work. That means a lot. That means a lot because, like, it's such a big thing for me. Like this Nigerian boxing thing is such a big thing. But I'm very proud to be Nigerian, of my Nigerian heritage. I go there as much as possible. But yeah, that's an important thing for you to say. It means a lot, brother. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Savage Sam Parker says, do you think we could still see Crawford versus Boots? Boots is the only guy I give any real advantages against Bud, size and speed. Nah. Crawford's gone. Like, he's gone now. Like, I mean, like, Crawford's too good. And Boots needs to do something to almost warrant that fight. I hate that talk, but it's true. Beating Lima ain't getting you that fight. Boots has almost got to become undisputed at 154 pounds and maybe do what Crawford did and jump a couple of weight classes to fight Crawford, or they meet at 160. Boots needs to do something. Like, I'm a big Boots fan. We need something now, Boots. We need something. You're in the land of killers at 154 pounds. After Lima, it's got to be a killer. It's got to be a Virgil Ortiz. It's got to be someone of note, someone that we know. And then, if you get that win, then you can call out arguably the pound-for-pound king. Do you know what I'm saying? Daniel Orgel, Ade, do you know if Matchroom are planning on events in Mexico over the next few months? Don't think so. Like, thinking of their schedule, like, it's all over here, isn't it, really? And a couple of events in America. So I don't think so. But they always do these little small events in Mexico, don't they? They always seem to get out there. You know what I'm looking forward to? That event in Monaco. I think December the 6th in Monaco. That's what I'm looking forward to, because last time we did it, it was really good. I really enjoyed it. Like, they had Chef Clark versus Mascara, that big French guy that beat Chef Clark, knocked him down, I think, in the first round. Crazy fight. Raymond Hells says, my only concern with Ben is I feel he may outgrow the weight quite soon and will be too... Yeah. You know what? Yeah. That's a bit of a problem. Ben Whittaker does look enormous, and he must have to stay in shape throughout the year, because that must be a tough ask to get down to 175 for him. I've been around Ben, and he's a big boy, and it's not fat either. So he's a big boy who walks around with abs. So he's having to cut a lot of weight, and weight that just isn't there to get to 175. So Raymond, you've got a great point. He is far too small for cruiser. Let's hope he can just stay as a 175 pounder, but it ain't going to be easy. It ain't going to be easy. All right. Gio says, Ade, who's winning? Thank you so much for the super chat, by the way. Ade, who's winning the Champions League next year? I got my team, PSG. I know you with Liverpool. Nah, I would love Liverpool to win it. Who's winning it? Barcelona or PSG? Bayern Munich look good. Bayern Munich look really good now with Luis Diaz as well. So that front three of Elise, Kane, and Diaz. Good luck stopping that. Bayern Munich look really good. But of course it's going to be Liverpool. Adam from Birmingham here, Ade. Big up, my man. Big up to you, Mr. Suited and Booted. Green Chair Live, big up. Big up indeed. All right, let's get back to the questions. Where are we? Also interested to hear your general level of excitement for Inoue versus Nakatani in 2026. Hope it gets the hype it deserves. You know what? It will get the hype, but it might not be full hype over here, because it's ultimately a fight in Asia. And that's what it will be. It'll be a fight in Asia, in a stadium, and they don't need our hype, because trust me, the country is waiting for it. Let's hope it happens as well. Inoue did say it will happen. Inouye's got one more fight. December 20, is it 26th, 27th in Riyadh? And then he says Nakatani. Let's see, that fight's enormous. Enormous. It might be the biggest fight without an American or a Brit ever. You know how big that is? Ever. It's crazy, right? It's true. It's true, though. Mohammed Zain, yes, Ade, what's happened to your team, Liverpool? We just lost a couple of games. That's all it is. We're still 1 point behind Arsenal. No, I don't know what's going on, actually. I don't know what's going on, man. It's so stressful. But ultimately, we lost to Chelsea away and Palace away. Forget Galatasaray for a second. They're two good teams. Palace at the time were unbeaten in like 18. And Chelsea at Stamford Bridge, always going to be tough. Always going to be tough. Brad Rogers says, what is your favorite division at the current time for UK-based fighters? I think light heavy might have it alongside the actual heavyweight division. Now, that's got to be heavyweight. It's got to be heavyweight. The answer is heavyweight. When you think of like all the heavyweights right now in Britain, it's just ridiculous. Honestly, it's ridiculous. So it's 100%. And if you say UK-based fighters, then Parker's on that list as well. Like Parker's basically based over here. So it 100% is the heavyweight division. Gene Anthony says, I'm gutted you're clashing with Undefeated. Sorry, Undefeated boys. They're my brothers. I didn't want to clash with them. Like, this is why I want to do this on a Sunday, because I don't like clashing like that. So apologies to my brothers at Undefeated. I am sorry. Have you watched The Smashing Machine? I haven't watched it yet, but I'm desperate to watch it. I'm going to watch it this week. The Rock, Emily Blunt, for those that don't know what we're talking about, The Rock is playing Mark Kerr, one of the early fighters in MMA, fought in Pride, fought in the UFC. The Rock, people are talking about The Rock getting an Oscar for this. So it's that bloody good, so I might have to watch it. No, Chris, we can't accept this, Chris. Chris, we can't accept this. Usually with Eddie, there'll be a welcome to Matchroom fight, a showcase for Ben to make him look good. No, we can't accept it. Chris, we need to put our feet down on this one. Like, we know where Ben is. Ben's not 21 or 22, you know. Like, Ben ain't no spring chicken. We need to see him go. We need to see him go now. There is no welcome to Matchroom fight. There are too many good light heavyweights out there. Like, worldwide. Forget just the UK, worldwide. For us to have like a little gimme fight just to welcome to Matchroom. No. And more no's. Enrico Morial says, did you know Ben was signing for Matchroom before today? No. I didn't. I would have done a video. I would have done a video at least teasing it. Generally didn't know. Didn't know anything. Rodder says, big year for boxing and loved it. It's been a great year. You know, I always try to think of what didn't we get as opposed to what we did get. And it's easier to do it that way. So what we didn't get was Tank versus Shakur. Didn't get it, but it was never rumored to be happening anyway. And we didn't get AJ versus Fury. Apart from that, we got a lot. We got a lot, people. We got a lot. And there's more to come. You look at what we've got between now and the end of the year, and there's going to be fights announced, more fights I'm hearing in December. Look at what we've got. Like, look at that November 22nd card. Like Benavidez versus Yard, Brian Norman versus Devin Haney, Abdullah Mason versus Sam Noakes. Who else on that card? Jesse Bam Rodriguez, the pound for pound top 6. Beterbiev is on that card. People forgot that Beterbiev is fighting. Week before that, we got Conor Benn, Fabio Wardy versus Joseph Parker. Like, it's not bad. It ain't that bad. Ade, thoughts on what is going on with Opataya? I thought it'd be a household name by now. Yeah, I'm very upset about Opataya. Very upset. Like, I don't know what's happening, to be honest with you. Like, I've always said, like, I think there's a lot of talk about Badu Jack if Opataya comes through his fight in December, I think it is. You know what I mean? Like, if I'm Opataya, I'm sorry, I just put on 20 pounds and go to heavyweight. I know it ain't that easy, don't get me wrong, but you don't even have to have a title fight as a heavyweight to be in a good fight. Whereas in cruiserweight, the cruiserweight division, it almost is as though if you're not in a title fight, then no one's really interested. So if I'm up a tire, I put on some pounds and go and dance with the big boys. And trust me, that boy can dance with the big boys. Trust me. Stringer Basquiat says Mo Salah hasn't been the same since Nuno Mendes struck fear into him. Also, do you speak any other languages? I don't. I mean, I speak a bit of Yoruba, which is obviously the biggest tribe in Nigeria. But when I say a bit, I mean I probably speak 40%. So there's a lot more that I can learn. You know what, dude? That's actually not a bad shout. Like Mo Salah, since that PSG game where he couldn't get a sniff out of Nuno Mendes, hasn't done much. Hasn't done much. He's lost that yard of pace, and that yard of pace got him away from defenders. Isn't there anymore. So now they're straight up on him. And if you're Nuno Mendes, with all due respect, you're faster than Salah, younger than Salah, bigger than Salah. So yeah, a bit of a problem. Did Shalom know he was signing for Matchroom? Of course he did. Of course he did. Shalom would have known that ages ago. I'll be surprised if there's not a statement from Ben Shalom in the next sort of 24 hours. Slam Dunk Productions, good name. Did you watch the UFC from this weekend? Amazing card. I didn't watch it. I've watched only the highlights of the main and co-main. Actually, that's a lie. I watched the highlights of 3 fights. So I watched Yuri versus Khalil. Obviously, the main event, Pereira, who I'm just the fucking biggest fan of in the world, and Merab Dashvili. So I've watched 3 of them, but only the highlights. Jack Dalton says, Ade, do you think realistically Usyk versus Itama could happen next year? Yeah, very realistic. Itama's fighting December 13th. We know that, right? Again, by the way, another fight card that I forgot. Itama's fighting, Chisora's fighting. That's another good one. So Itama's fighting December the 13th. Say he wins that one, which we believe could be Michael Hunter. He fights again in, say, May. Let's just say May. Give himself 5 months. And then he fights Usyk. So if he's going to go from Michael Hunter, you have to go up again, right? So to Michael Hunter, will be top 10 guy. And then if he wins that, then Usyk. It can definitely happen. I mean, will it happen? Probably not. But I'm just sort of writing out a plan here. Okay. William Grundy says, do you believe Eddie will take Ben over to America? Yes, but he's got to have he's got to have like 2 or 3 fights here first. Like, there's nothing bigger than being a star here first. You don't even need America. AJ never cracked America. I mean, Fury did to an extent. AJ never did. You don't need to crack America to be a star. Be a star here first. Smash some people to pieces here. And then, yeah, you want to go to America and fight a light heavyweight, David Morrell in a couple of years, fine. But for now, we need to know how big he is. Like, I mean, they did good ticket sales for Liam Cameron, but could he do the O2 with the right dance partner? That's what I'm guessing Eddie and Frank Smith and Barry Hearn have spent a lot of money on. We'll soon find out. Mike Ace, what are your thoughts on Sky moving away from boxing shows, currently seeing the likes of Johnny Nelson starting his own YouTube channel? Johnny should have started that regardless. Even if Sky was still showing boxing, Johnny, I think, is a good enough speaker, good enough character to have had his own YouTube channel. I'm shocked that I'm guessing Johnny's got a deal with Sky, because I'm shocked that Johnny's not involved with the BBC doing their fight coverage. He might be. I just don't. I haven't seen anything about his name being connected with it. I always think it's disappointing when an entity the size of Sky say no more to boxing. I mean, HBO did it, ESPN did it. It's not great. I mean, people applauding that are stupid. It's not great. I like the idea of competition. So I like the idea when Queensbury with TNT and Matchroom with DAZN and Sky with Ben Shalom, because you compete. You compete to have the best stable. You compete. It's fiery. It's feisty. Now it's like everyone's fucking kumbaya around the fire. Everyone's in harmony. I don't really like that. Martin Lane says, let's go White Rhino, round 7 KO. Oh, God, that place will explode. If Dave Allen can stop that giant Arslanbek Makhmudov in 7, Jesus Christ, that'd be one hell of a performance. Whittaker stops Aziz. Possibly this version of Aziz. Yeah, that's not. Yeah, possibly. Thomas Gamble, when is the next Green Chair live? I don't know. I have to speak to the team. I've got a little bit of a team now, and we can see what we can do. I would have hoped for one before the end of the year, but it's probably going to be early next year, January, February, latest. Zishan Zumered with the super chat, thank you very much, says Azim has fought Lipinets, former champ, Davis, former number 1 ranked by the WBA, Fanian, current top 10 ranked by the WBO, and now Abdullayev fought. Good. I would like to see him a bit busier. He was supposed to fight on the Callum Simpson card. Remember that? And he got pulled. Lastminute.com. Look, he's clearly fighting the right people. Wasn't he the British Fighter of the Year as well? I was there, so I'm pretty sure it was the case. You know, I would remove all of those names and all those former champ Dalton Smith. That's what we need to see. We need to see Dalton Smith versus Adam Azim. Like, that's the fight that gets both of them a big fan base. Dalton obviously looks like he's going to fight. Not looks like he'll be fighting Sabril Matias for the world title. Will Dalton fight Adam Azim for a world title, or will Eddie and Matchroom say Adam Azim has to get a world title first, so it's unification? I don't know, but I mean there are options for Adam, but I think the best option is Dalton Smith. That's the biggest fight that can be made for both of them. People are sleeping on Joseph Parker and Fabio Wardley. I really think this is a dangerous fight for both fighters. Can't wait for Chris Eubank Jr. versus Conor Benn 2. The first was amazing. Yeah, let's start with the latter. The first fight was amazing, like incredible. But it was almost so good, we didn't really need to see it again. Although, that being said, I think it's going to be as violent as the first fight. So, hey, if you like that kind of stuff, then you're going to be very, very happy. As for people sleeping on Parker and Joseph, Joseph Parker and Fabio Wardley, I don't think people are. I think it will ramp up a little bit come fight week. I did the face-off. There wasn't much in the face-off. Let me not pretend. I mean, there was no fucking flying chairs or no flipped over tables. Both of these guys very respectful, but I think we know what both of them can do in the ring, and both of them very, very violent fighters. So it's going to be a good one. It's going to be a good one. Savage Sam Parker says Fury will never fight AJ. He's terrified of losing that fight, and AJ could absolutely win, even though a lot will write him off. I don't know. I don't know about that. Like, I've been around Fury a lot, and I'm telling you now, that brother ain't scared of no man. I'm telling you now, people. You know, like, he just has something about him. I don't know if it's the gypsy thing. I don't know what it is, but he's not scared. I'm telling you now. Will he want to lose to AJ? Obviously not. It'll hurt him. It will dent him. But he's not scared of AJ. And I'm saying this as a big AJ fan. Fury's not scared of AJ. I don't know what it is. I don't know what the holdup is. I don't know if it's wants more money than sense, but not scared of AJ. Pell 69. Ade, who do you think Chisora would fight on December 13th? Wilder. I think it's going to be Wilder. Like, if it truly is his last fight, he's going to want the biggest fight possible out there. And if AJ is not going to fight Wilder, then Wilder's out there. And if you can pay Wilder enough money, he'll travel. I think we've seen this. He's fought over here before. I think people forget that when he fought Audley Harrison many moons ago. He's fought in Saudi. He'll travel. And I just think that could happen, that fight. I genuinely believe that could happen. The winner of Parker versus Wardley gets Usyk next year, I think. Usyk will decide who Usyk wants to fight. No belt holder, no governing body, no sanctioning body is going to tell him what to do. I don't think it'll be. Yeah, the Parker fight could happen, but I think didn't Riyadh season kind of say that they're not interested in that or something like that, and ultimately they're the ones that are paying the big bucks. So I don't know. This is a very good question. Did you notice from early on that Crawford was going to achieve what he's gone on to achieve in his career? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Didn't know he was as talented. I didn't even know he could go through the weights like this. I remember watching his fight. You go and watch his fight against Gamboa, where he got hurt. Like, even if you go back to watch the fight against Kavialaskas, he got hurt in that fight. I never thought, like, I always knew he was special, right? Clearly a talent. But to this level, where people are talking about one of the all-time greats, no chance. Didn't think that at all. Didn't think that at all. Who do you think Moses is going to fight? Torres? No, Michael Hunter. I think he's gonna fight Michael Hunter. In fact, I'd be shocked if it isn't, because all the talk has been Adelaide or Hunter, and I know it's not Adelaide because I speak to Adelaide, so I'm guessing it's gonna be Hunter. 2 secs. Would love to hear you on the Proper Boxing podcast. Yeah, I might jump on, my boy. He's doing really good. Credit to him. Shout out to him. He's doing really, really good. I mean, I try and support anyone that has a boxing channel. There are a few out there that are doing. Look, everyone's doing good. It's just, I mean, even the people that have really small channels, they're putting out content. They're trying their hardest. Like, everyone is putting out what they can put out. But Proper Boxing obviously is fucking flown. Nathan, boxing scene said you had to apologize for something with regards to Riyadh season, and you were stopped from doing Ben versus Eubank. Was it Team Ben or Riyadh season that had the issue? That's not true. That's not true at all. Now, you know why it's not true? Well, because it's me. I'm telling you, I'm the source. That's not true at all. As for apologizing for whatever, again, not true. I don't know how much I can even tell you guys about this, but that part of it isn't true. Yeah. Should I tell you? No, I can't. Trust me. I'm fucking itching to tell you what happened. But I can't. Eubank versus Canelo, I really want to tell you. Eubank versus Canelo at Wembley. I don't know if that does Wembley Stadium. I'm not. Do you guys think that does Wembley? I don't think that does Wembley. It's a big fight. Tottenham, yeah, which is 30,000 less, I think. But Wembley, no. I could imagine Frank getting rightly pissed off dealing with Whittaker. Eddie seems the right fit. But it won't be Frank dealing with... so it's not really Frank that does all the dealings now. It's his son, George, and Francis. Like Francis, for example, Francis Warren, he looks after Moses Atalma. So it's the sons that do a lot of the dealing direct with the fighters. So it wouldn't have to be Frank. And George would most certainly be able to deal with Ben. So would Francis. I was with Francis in Nigeria. Character. Very good character. 2 sex people. A couple of super chats have come through. Then what is needed? A super chat here from Beast LFC. Then what is needed for AJ and Wilder to be made? Money? Do we want to see it? I mean, I guess it's us really, right? No one is screaming for AJ Wilder anymore. Those days are done. No one's. I'm not asking for it. I said, look, if it happens, it happens. But I'm certainly not screaming for AJ Wilder. So I don't even think that's a money thing. I just think there's a lack of want for it. I just don't think people want to see it. That's my talk on it. What do you think is next for Pat McCormack? This is a good question. Was that his last fight? Very impressed. Talk of Walker in Birmingham, late November. What do you know? Yeah, that's the talk, and I guess that's the hope as well. Connor Walker, he's referring to. I think Pat McCormack is incredibly talented. Like incredible. Like when I was watching his fight ringside, Tony Bellew sitting here, and I was literally reading off the names. I was like, would he beat Mario Barrios right now? Would he beat Conor Benn right now? Literally, I was going through the names. I think the only one that I said he wouldn't do was Paddy Donovan. I said he wouldn't be, but obviously Paddy lost Lewis Crocker. Like, Pat McCormack could fight without a doubt. Like, I'd chuck him with Rolly Romero right now. I'm not even joking, right now. Could get chin because Roby punches really hard, but I think Pat's really, really good. And yeah, I do think it's going to be Conor Walker, but I guess we will wait and see. 2 secs. Just going to quickly see. William Grundy says, do you believe Ben Whittaker will win a world title? He might win a world title, but there are several problems in that equation. Number one problem is a guy called David Benavidez. Number two problem is a guy called David Morrell who's fighting Callum Smith. Number three is a guy called Dimitri Bivol. So there are guys, I was going to say Artur Beterbiev, but he's 40, he'll be gone soon. There are a number of good killers at 175. And then you got the Brits, Boatsy, Yard. I mean, ain't going to be easy. Ain't going to be easy at all. At all. 2 secs. Okay, someone's saying that Vidal Riley to Queensbury. Okay, makes sense. Makes sense. What's this one? What's this about Zhalalov? Zhalalov fought just now, and for the second time in a row, nearly lost to a fat journeyman, gassed him 3 rounds and crumbled under pressure. Kept falling on the floor too. Don't ever call him a problem again. Jesus Christ. It's still a problem, but maybe just not a big problem. Oh, God. What is going on with Zhalalov, man? Bloody hell. Whittaker move has saved Matchroom post AJ. It's a big one. It's a big one. Now, let's not lie. There aren't, and I said this earlier, there aren't that many superstars in the sport of boxing over here at the moment. So it is a big one. Queensbury obviously had a couple of big superstars. Moses the Talma, I guess the shining light over there. Who did Matchroom have? That's a big superstar. Obviously Katie Taylor, but she's obviously coming to the end. One more fight, maybe. In terms of stadium fillers, Connor, maybe? Is Connor that guy? Possibly. I think Dalton, if he wins against Sabril Matias in January, could become that guy. So they got maybe 3 or 4, but yeah, Ben's a big signing for them. No doubt about it. No doubt. Ade, is Chris Eubank versus Conor? Yes. Come on. Of course it's going to sell out. Of course it's going to sell out. Like if you even just watch the highlights of the first one, you're going to go to the second one. Or if you didn't go to the first one, you're thinking, fuck me, I need to go to the second one. Without a doubt, sells out. Without a doubt. What are your thoughts on Dana White actually now coming into the sport? I'm split because he doesn't seem to want to work with those he doesn't like, which can be an issue. Plus, he's an enigma. He's an enigma as well. I'm not a fan of it. I'm not a fan of it. Yeah, he just has this very like fuck you attitude, doesn't he? Like he doesn't. I almost feel like in boxing, Eddie had a bit of that when Eddie first went to America. I feel like in boxing, then you need to kind of put your ego at the door just to work with all the promoters, all the governing bodies, all the managers. You've almost got to do it, unfortunately, or it's not going to work. Dana's obviously have this attitude because he can do it in MMA. Boxing different. Boxing's very, very different. We'll see. All right, guys, another 10 minutes. Let's quickly have a fly through. Get your questions in very quickly. The special one, all time, who's greater, Usyk or Crawford? Usyk for me. But for me, if anyone says Crawford, zero complaints. Zero complaints. But I think Usyk for me is just, I just think is outstanding. What's happening with the Undisputed sponsorship? It's gone. It's gone. I think I answered that before, right? It's gone. We had a 3-month deal. The 3 months is up and it wasn't renewed, which happens. I know the owner of it, Ash, very well. And there are things that I'm probably going to do away from the channel with Undisputed, but in terms of them sponsoring the channel, no longer. So if you are a multimillionaire out there and you want to sponsor the channel, come through. Benny Ellison says, great to see the live streams are back. I love to see Ben Whittaker signing with Matchroom. I'm not overly surprised. Always felt like it was a matter of when rather than if. Excited to see what Eddie can do. Yeah, I think there's I do think there's a lot of pressure now on Eddie to get this one right. And what I mean by get it right is like we need to see big fights. It's that simple. We just need to see big fights. And I mean from the jump. There needs to be big fights from the jump, like straight away. Like if he is going to fight in November, or maybe what we're looking at. So maybe there's a chance he fights on that Monaco card. Eddie said that Monaco card is going to be the biggest one yet or something. That Monaco card's December the 6th. Maybe he fights on that. Maybe. Could Crawford versus Bivol, my guy Bivol, happen at 175? What do you think? No, I don't think it happens. I said it. But it's kind of unrealistic to ask Crawford to go again. I think it's more likely at 168. I've always said that Bivol has spoken to me and said he can make 168. But will he make 168 to fight Crawford? I don't know. He was talking about when Canelo was undisputed, Bivol was talking about going to 168 to become double undisputed. I don't know. I don't know if he wants to do that with Crawford. Like Canelo is a lot easier than Crawford. I don't know. Ade, I'd love to see you work with the likes of a guy called Henry and Jamie from Boxing Life. A guy called Henry is a really, really, really good friend of mine. I've got this thing on my channel called The Journey. Go and check it out. And he filmed it. He's a really good guy. So I've been around him forever. The only problem is that he's based out of the country. So it's difficult. I like to do things in person. All this Zoom stuff isn't really me. So that's the only issue. Like, if he was here, I'd definitely be doing stuff with him. Definitely. Adi, a long time for the lives. Question: as a Liverpool fan like myself, how do you see Verts fitting into our team? And also, do you think Isak should have more game time now? But the Verts thing is, I don't know where you play him. I don't know, because I like that midfield of Szoboszlai and McAllister when he's on form and Gravenberch. I would still think of playing Verts from the left. Gakpo's fucking doing my head in. And I'd have Isak through the middle all the time. And obviously Salah. Or maybe even, you maybe do Ekitike from the left, Verts from the right, Salah gets a rest, and Isak. Because ultimately, in the next year or so, Isak, Ekitike, and Verts are going to be our front three. So maybe this is when you slowly but surely start to phase out the great Mo Salah. I don't know. Nathan, Ade, Turkey versus Ariel beef is responsible for you guys' show being cancelled. 100. No way it isn't so. I don't know. I don't know. What's this one? I hope you get financially stable enough to not depend on Riyadh season. You know what? The depending upon Riyadh season thing, I'll answer it honestly. I like going to those events though. I like doing them. Like, so the even the ones over here, the ones in America, I've done. How many have I done in America? 2 or 3? They're good events. Like, I cannot be upset about covering events that I never thought would happen. Like, seeing some of the fights that have happened there, I never thought we are going to get Bivol Beterbiev. Never. Usyk Fury. No chance. So I'm not mad. I'm not mad at it. All right, where are we? What's this? The Italian Zombie says, man, you are inspiring. Well, you know what? I hope so. I hope so. I hope that whoever's watching this that needs a little bit of inspiration can get it. Where's my plaque? Is my plaque here? Still got it here. Still got it. 1 second, 1 second, 1 second. Boom. £38.23. Um, just a reminder, because that was all that was sitting in my account. We're not even talking that long ago, you know, people. I'm gonna say 5.5 years ago. Would I be lying? 5 years ago. That was all that was in the account. So that's when we were hit rock bottom and we had to do something about it. So I just started making these videos, like going for it. Like I probably did like 2 a day because I worked out that each video at the time was paying me around 40 quid, 30 quid, maybe less, you know, actually. But I thought whatever it's paying, if I do as many as possible, I can pay the rent. So that's what we had. So if you are at a rock bottom right now, the only way is up, people. I know it's easy to say. And if someone said that to me at that time, I would have said, fuck off. I don't want to hear that. But it's true. It's true. But it's easier said than done. I'd admit that. But sometimes you just got to roll your sleeves up and grind and work. You know what I mean? That's what you got to do. That's what you got to do. There's no other option. What else are you going to do? What else are you going to do? What's this one? Dirty Boxing Habit says, Ade, the man. I've been watching him for years. Was gassed for him when he blew up. Always tell the missus that's my YouTube dude. You know, like, again, look, I appreciate it. I appreciate that message. Thank you so much. Means a lot. We've still got levels to go, though. Levels to go. Like, we've just started. Just started. What's happened to Baturbiev? Wasn't he meant to be on the... Is he off the card? The last I heard, he was on the card. I'd be upset if he's not on. I'm sure he's on the card. I'm sure he's still on the card. I saw something with him the other day, training for it, unless he's injured himself again, which wouldn't surprise me. All right, last couple of ones, guys. No. Does Inoue dominate featherweight? No, he doesn't. I actually think he's kind of hit a bit of a wall in terms of the weight class. I mean, he could go up. He could still, by the way, like, he could win a world title at featherweight. But when you say dominate, you're talking maybe become undisputed, unified. I don't think so. But he could definitely do some damage there. But he's definitely hit a bit of a ceiling, I think, when he fights the top guys. He's not that big, and he gives away a lot in the ring. Where are we? Need you and Showbiz to collab one day, big dog. I mean, Showbiz big in the game, innit? Showbiz big in the game. A bit controversial in his takes and opinions. I mean, I used to be a bit like that. I'm not so much anymore because I work in the scene. That's a bit difficult, but yeah, that boy controversial. Ade, huge respect, bro. Are you still planning on getting more into running? Maybe no. You know what's happening to me right now, yeah? My hips are killing me. I don't know what. You know, like before, I used to do a lot of deadlifts and squats, so it kind of made sense that they would hurt. I don't do that shit anymore, and they still kind of hurt. I mean, I could, like, I ran today. I did a nice little 5K today, so I could do it, but I'd have to get a bit lighter. Like right now, I weigh like 88 kilos. I think in order for me to kind of just feel comfortable doing a half marathon, I think I'd have to get down to like 80 kilos or something because I just feel very heavy. So, yeah, don't know. Thoughts on Sabril Matias and Dalton Smith? Sabril's got to start as favorite. I mean, he beat Alberto Puello. Like, he's back, Sabril. Dalton's got a chance because he's fresher, hits hard, big for the weight, but you've got to favor Sabril, especially if this fight is in New York. If this fight's in Saudi, neutral ground, cool. If it's in New York, half of fucking Puerto Rico is going to be there. That's going to be a tough ask for Dalton Smith. Tough ask. Miss those Rob Tebbit videos you guys used to do. Where's Rob Tebbit? Like, where is he? Probably the best journo over here. Strange that we just don't see him or hear from him anymore. I don't know what's going on. Interesting. I have no idea what's going on with Rob. But hopefully he's okay. Rob's a good guy. One of the good ones. Hopefully he's okay. What's this? Matt G says, hey, Ade, what do you think happened with Eddie And Canelo feels like it wasn't just the better deal. Seems like the relationship soured or just you. I've been with Eddie when he's FaceTimed Canelo. They're very, very cool. Both of them are just businessmen. And Canelo will go to wherever the business is. Trust me, wherever the business is, Canelo's there. Eddie and Canelo done some good stuff with each other. They both made some good money. I think Canelo being promoted by Eddie at one stage really helped Eddie in terms of growth in America, in Mexico, all over. And in turn, Canelo made some good money with Eddie. That's all it is. It's not that they were best friends. They were just business guys doing a business deal that made business sense. That was it. That was it. All right. All right, guys. Too many. I can't believe how many questions are here. I'm going to go last two. I'm just going to go very random. I'm going to close my eyes and just whatever lands. What's this? Okay, that was a shit one. Ade, do you really think Carl Froch versus Darren Till happens? If so, who actually wins that? Like, Carl should chin Darren Till, right? But Carl's old. Like, isn't he nearly 50? Like, age is age. Like, people always think that they've still got it. Age is age. Carl, if you're watching, you're old. Don't do it. But if he gets into shape, who knows? You could have a good few rounds in him. But being ringside and watch Darren Till light up Luke Rockhold, he's fast, he's aggressive, hits hard, confident as fuck. Not a good look. Not a good look. This is a very interesting bit. Okay, this is interesting. This ain't that deep, but can y'all with the zone put more effort on pronouncing some African names correctly? Boatsi, Bukoli. Okay, let me tell you something about this, yeah? And you are correct. It doesn't help if they don't do it for us. This is very, very true. Like, even though I just said Boatsi was wrong and Bukoli's wrong. The reason I know about Bukoli, because my missus is Congolese and she always tells me I'm saying it wrong. But if Boatsi doesn't correct people for saying his name incorrect, we've just accepted it as Boatsi. Do you know what I mean? When is it not Boachi? Something like that, I think. So he needs to correct people. And then people will start pronouncing it correctly. It's that simple. It's that simple. Same with Martin. If he were to tell people, this is how you say my name, you're saying it wrong, we'd all say it correct. But he doesn't correct people. So what are you supposed to do? What you're supposed to do? It's a good point you're making, but if the fighters don't do it, then what are we going to do as the presenters? Troy Anderson, do you think Teofimo could beat Devon or Ryan? Yeah, I think he would light up Ryan, like light him up. Devon's a different ball game. I think Devon's going to beat Brian Norman, and then I would like to see Devon versus Teo. There's more money though, unfortunately, in Devon versus Ryan, the rematch. But yeah, I'm more intrigued to see what Ryan does next. Teo's going to fight Shakur. Devon's going to fight Brian. Winners should fight each other. Fair. What does Ryan do? What does Ryan do? I don't know. Good question, though. Oh, okay. Since 2000, who genuinely cracks the top 25 all-time greats? Floyd has cracked it. Manny has cracked I think that's it. I don't know if Crawford's resume is deep enough to crack top 25. Ain't a joke, you know. People get really offended by this. Top 25 since boxing began. Since boxing began, people. Do you know what I mean? Usyk might crack it. That's it, maybe. That's maybe it. That's it. It's not even a maybe. That's it. 25 of all time. It's not easy. That ain't an easy crack, bro. Only AJ Fury and what? Only AJ Fury and Wilder, Canelo, and Tank have the same popularity as UFC fighters. Is there any chance UFC fighters aren't popular? Not having that. I'm sorry, they're not. This ain't like 5 years ago when they were Conor, John Jones, Anderson Silva, Ronda Rousey. like, no one could, not the average guy on the street, UFC champion could walk right past them. Walk right past them. They're not that popular anymore. Alex Pereira is popular, yeah. He ain't that popular outside of the UFC. UFC ain't that anymore, man. Stop it. Ain't that anymore. I'm sorry. It ain't that anymore. Used to be. I'll give you that. Used to be. Ain't that anymore. I'm a big UFC fan. I mean, I can't even, like, give me a few minutes, I can reel off the champions, but I can't do it. Back in the day, I could have reeled them off like that. Like, no. All right, last one. Super chat from Impodium. I know that name. Yo, Ade, do you think Adelaide could almost be the new Chisora? Won't win a world title, but we up there. And you know what? It's a great shout. I'd prefer him not to be, because that means he's, taking a lot of punishment. But it's a great shout. I think he could be that guy. He could be that guy where he's always on the cusp of sort of world level, but maybe just not. But always in entertaining fights and makes money. It's not a bad shout, because he seems to be like, when I had him for the Green Chair Live, I think people saw a different side of him, which is why I wanted him to come, because I wanted people to see a different side to him, because he's a very good character. So yeah, that's a very, very good shout, but I hope it isn't true. All right, guys, we are done. Hour and a half, just like that. Incredible. Do me a favor as well. If you are new to the channel and you haven't subscribed, please do hit that subscribe button. It means a lot. If you want to become a member as well, there are a few members here. Impodium is a member. I can see it. Loads of stuff coming on the members channel in the next few weeks. Obviously, you've got Car Diaries, Ade and G-Man Q&A, Ade and G-Man Early Thoughts. I'm trying to think of other stuff we've got coming up. Loads of other little bits and bobs. But yeah, do that as well. Sign up to the newsletter. And I will see you next Monday or Sunday. Hopefully Sunday, so it doesn't clash with the Undisputed boys. Peace and love.